As aforementioned, the world is a cruel place, filled to the brim with scum and parasites that feed off the vulnerability of others, exploiting the weak and thriving off them without realizing the echoing consequences the victim must endure because of their selfish tyranny. The human psyche is an interesting thing. It sickens me. We can be so cruel and at the same time meticulously, yet effortlessly stage a front in front of others. We're actors, caught up in this masquerade of sinners who pose as law-abiding citizens. Denizens walk about and we may just stroll past the face without realizing that underneath the smiles lie a man with sins and a history so deplorably evil that if it were documented before us in a movie, we would wish nothing but death upon them. Yet we never look at the bigger picture. It doesn't concern us, does it? It's not our problem, as we believe everything in our lives are like separate lines or threads. Our fates are not intertwined. But when you stop being so ignorant and take a step back, our lives are like threads of a spiderweb, so fragile that even the slightest of movements can cause the threads to snap till eventually the whole web ceases to exist. We're too quick to assume jumping the gun and pulling the trigger, causing collateral damage which victimizes and damages multiple lives. It's disgraceful, inexcusable, unforgivable, and unacceptable. Those we look up to as heroes that uphold the peace we see in the modern world, and those we see as vectors of evil and transgressors of the law, they're pretty much one and the same. We're both human, and both making mistakes which ultimately leads to the victimization of others around them, and we have different paths. Don't get me wrong, a rapist compared to an officer arresting a cannabis farmer and treats them slightly inhumanly have a difference in the degree of how wrong the act is, but do we truly know the reasons behind why they did such a thing? Do we ever ponder upon the whole situation? Nah, instead we're satisfied with only one piece of the puzzle and keep firm and unchanging with irrational decision making. We don't think. The rapist may be wrongly accused and framed to commit such an atrocity because of a higher, more nefarious order. The arrested cannabis farmer may be the victim of a modern human trafficking ring who throughout their lives was beaten, raped and forced to work under disgusting individuals who never cared about their well-being and could not speak the language of his prosecutors, caught in a misunderstanding. But hey, it was just a mistake, right? With shattering consequences that only affected one person, right? But what if that same person was you, your sister, your mother, your brother, your father? But it doesn't matter, right? Because it isn't. It isn't us. In the end, we're only human. Whatever happens, happens.